They called it the Great War, but what you learned in school barely scratches the surface. World War I was not just trenches, gas masks, and treaties. It was a nightmare of secrets, betrayals, and shocking truths buried beneath the mud of Europe. Did you know pigeons carried critical war messages, or that a single assassination spiraled into a global bloodbath claiming 20 million lives? These are the untold horrors, the shocking facts you never learned about World War I. Stay with us as we unravel World War I. Shocking facts you never learned, and subscribe for more hidden history that textbooks ignore. Europe, 1914. A powder keg ready to explode. Old empires stood proud. Austria-Hungary, the Ottoman Empire, the Russian Tsars, yet beneath their flags lay crumbling foundations. When Archduke Franz Ferdinand was assassinated in Sarajevo, it seemed like just another political murder. But in weeks, it spiraled into the deadliest war the world had ever seen. The trenches of the Western Front stretched from the North Sea to Switzerland. Men lived in mud, surrounded by rats, corpses, and the constant stench of death. Machine guns shredded entire battalions within minutes. Poison gas rolled across the fields, burning lungs and eyes. And yet, beneath this chaos, astonishing and shocking truths unfolded, stories rarely told. This was the war where empires died, revolutions ignited, and technology turned killing into a science. But there were also strange moments of humanity. Soldiers stopping to sing Christmas carols together in no man's land, even as they prepared to kill each other the next morning. World War I was more than a conflict. It was a nightmare that reshaped the 20th century in ways we still live with today. Let's uncover the shocking facts. Did you know that mustard gas, one of the deadliest weapons of the war, blinded and burned thousands, but killed far fewer than expected? Its true purpose was terror, forcing soldiers to abandon trenches in panic. Or that carrier pigeons became heroes of the battlefield? One bird, named Cher Ami, saved an entire battalion by delivering a message despite being shot, blinded, and losing a leg. The French awarded it a Medal of Honor. Then there's the story of trench foot. Soldiers standing for days in freezing mud saw their feet rot black, forcing amputations. In some units, more men were lost to disease and infection than to bullets. And here's a darker truth. British soldiers were sometimes executed by their own side for cowardice. In reality, many were suffering from what we now call PTSD, then dismissed as shell shock. These young men were shot at dawn, not by the enemy, but by their comrades. The war also gave rise to new horrors. The first tanks, iron beasts that terrified soldiers and crushed barbed wire like paper. The skies, too, became battlefields, with dogfights between biplanes. But many don't know that parachutes existed, and were denied to pilots as commanders feared they would abandon planes too easily. Then there's the shocking political aftermath. Without World War I, there would be no Nazi Germany, no Soviet Union, no modern Middle East. The fall of empires, Ottoman, Russian, Austro-Hungarian, reshaped the map, planting seeds of conflicts that still rage today. It's Christmas Eve, 1914. Across the Western Front, the guns fall silent. Soldiers, British and German, climb out of the trenches, carrying candles, singing carols. They shake hands, exchange cigarettes, even play a game of football in the frozen mud. For a brief moment, enemies became men again, and war seemed forgotten. But by dawn, the truce was over. Orders came down. Machine guns roared once more. Friends of yesterday became killers again. That fleeting moment of humanity in the midst of hell remains one of the most shocking facts of World War I. The war could pause for peace, but never end it. World War I was called the war to end all wars. But it did not end war. Instead, it created new ones. It ended 4 great empires, gave rise to communism and fascism, and paved the way for World War II. The shocking facts remind us, history is not just about generals and treaties. It's about the pigeons that saved lives, the soldiers executed by their own armies, the silent screams of those blinded by gas, and the brief humanity of a Christmas truce. World War I was forgotten by many, overshadowed by World War II. But in truth, it was the beginning of the modern age, the moment the old world died and a new, darker one began. Thank you for watching World War I: Shocking Facts You Never Learned. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more history untold.